Yo, we're back again with another PSG story. Paris Saint-Germain have just dropped a bombshell. Can't wait to get into it. Let's go.
AG.
Hi everybody, my name is JB. Welcome to another episode of Off the Mic Show. This is our YouTube channel that brings you all the soccer content from around the globe. We provide you with fresh perspective on how things turn out. So before we get into our latest story today, remember to subscribe, like or share the channel. Now, I don't know where to start with this PSG issue. Now, we heard from Paris Saint-Germain that they will not be taking Kylian Mbappe on their preseason tour. So they left him at home to train with other free agents that are essentially waiting to find clubs. People like Paredes and Wijnaldum. So, if I may break it down like how, sort of like chronologically, how this has gotten to a point where Paris Saint-Germain are having to sell arguably the biggest soccer player in the world. So a couple of years back, Kylian Mbappe was running down his PSG contract, and it was rumored that Madrid essentially wanted to buy him. And it was back and forth between PSG and Madrid. And I remember at the time, the PSG chairman, Nasser Al-Khelaifi, vowing that they will never sell Kylian Mbappe and that he will never leave on a free. So at that time, it got to around January. Kylian Mbappe had not signed a new contract. And there was 6 months left, which meant that Mbappe was free to discuss his next move with any interested party from around Europe. So what happens is Madrid put in a bid, 200 million, to buy Kylian Mbappe, of which PSG basically refused it outright. So Madrid said, "Oh look, that's fine. We'll just wait 6 months down the track. We'll get him for free." So what then happens is, fast forward 6 months later from that time, everything was set for Kylian Mbappe to go to Madrid. And then Madrid preparing, I'm sure they had even prepared a parade that they've gotten the biggest coup in the last 10 years of a player outside the Ronaldo trade. So what then happens is, last minute, Kylian Mbappe changes his mind. He signs an extension with Paris Saint-Germain. Now, we're led to believe that it was a 3-year extension, and Kylian Mbappe, I think, at the time, he was parading a jersey written 25, meaning that the contract would end in 2025. But what they neglected to tell us was what the third option was a player option. So essentially, he signed a 2-year contract, then with a player option. Madrid were unhappy. I think Florentino Perez came out and said, "Look, we want to sign players that want to come to Madrid and who represent our values." And they were pretty upset, and the Madrid fan base were also upset for Mbappe leading them on. So what then happens is, fast forward to end of season. Couple months ago, Kylian Mbappe sends an email, a letter, email, to PSG, essentially reminding them that my contract expires in 2024. I would like to play on the 23-24 season and then leave after that as a free agent. Now, obviously with PSG, they were not happy about that. So what do? in retaliation, essentially they just responded on mail, on the internet, and said, look, we don't want to lose Kylian Mbappe. He's one of the biggest players in the world, and will not let him go for free. We will not let him go for free. You can't let the best player in the world go for free. It's either that or would have to sell him. Now, bear in mind that this is the new sort of like version of PSG, the one that no player is bigger than the club, the version that disciplined Messi for going on an unsanctioned trip to Saudi Arabia for his own personal sort of like choices. And this is the PSG that essentially has told Neymar, if there is a club for you out there that you want to go to, we can facilitate that as long as they meet the financial remuneration that's required by PSG. So essentially, this is a new world in PSG where the club basically are trying to get hold of the reins, really. Instead of letting the players detect to the club, they want to basically be detecting everything. So now, obviously, this is some kind of football flexing in terms of telling Kylian Mbappe and say, look, mate, we detect the terms here. If you don't sign a new contract, we will just sell you. So, and then this wasn't helped when Kylian Mbappe, when there was an interview that surfaced off-season. This was done in season after the Champions League, where essentially Kylian Mbappe, was not happy about the top heaviness of the squad, and he touched on a few teammates saying, essentially calling them out for not pulling their weight. This didn't sort of like sit well with the senior players at PSG, and throughout the off-season we were informed that half the squad were not happy for him to come back to PSG. So we're all waiting, PSG joined the squad, the preseason squad, a bit late because he was on international duty. So everybody was waiting. What's going to happen when Kylian Mbappe goes back to the team? So Kylian Mbappe returns reports for preseason, beginning of the week. All goes well. The supposedly meeting that was supposed to happen between Kylian Mbappe and the chairman didn't happen. So could there be change of hearts? And then boom, PSG dropped the bombshell, officially putting Mbappe for sale sign on Kylian Mbappe, the world's best footballer at the moment, arguably. I don't want to fight with any Haaland fans here or anything like that. But arguably, Kylian Mbappe was put on for sale. Now, they've even dropped him from their pre-season tour. So meaning that Mbappe at the moment, he's sat at home training with a bunch of nobody while the team is globetrotting, making more money. So essentially now, PSG, they're trying to open a quick fire sale in terms of anyone in Europe who has the money, they can buy Kylian. But look, this is kind of like shooting themselves in the foot, because if you look at all the teams around Europe, Kylian has openly declared that he wants to go to Madrid. Now, there have been some rumors over the past few years linking Mbappe to Liverpool. Quite frankly, I don't know where they've come from. I mean, Mbappe did touch, after signing his extension with PSG, did touch upon it and said, Liverpool play the kind of football that he likes. It's fast, and, that style would work for him. That's as far as how he addressed the Liverpool Mbappe rumors. But I don't see Liverpool having the financial clout to pull this off. Then we go to Manchester United. This is a club in turmoil. They don't have a new buyers. The Glazers are still there. They've got a very limited budget. I just don't see it. You pick at Bayern. Bayern, they're preoccupied with Hurricane at the moment. Barcelona, I mean, they can barely pay their bills right now. So they are not buying Kylian Mbappe. And then that leaves Madrid. Right. So Madrid are what we call the cat bet situation. They can not put a piece down at the moment. They are just watching things turn out. Mbappe wants to go to Madrid. They wait 12 months. They get him on the free. They don't have to spend a penny. So what PSG are trying to do is just basically force an auction, which is not happening because Mbappe does not want to go to any other club except Madrid. And Madrid don't want to spend over the odds because they know they can get him down the track for free. So what we're left with is PSG threatening that if Mbappe doesn't accept any sale, they will likely bench him for the entire season. And Mbappe is saying, look, if that's what you guys want to do, I'll sit down for the year. This is the craziest story I've heard. I mean, from Kylian Mbappe's point of view, in my opinion, he's well within rights to basically make his own decisions about his playing future. He's not saying, I want to leave PSG now. He's saying, look, guys, I'm going to give you another year. But after this year, I'm just going to take off and join whichever club, Madrid, that I want to join. Right? But from the PSG perspective, they feel a bit slighted. They feel a bit betrayed, let down, because, like I said, that player option of 2025, and then once Mbappe signaled that he's not extending with them, then it puts them in a bind. What to do with Kylian? They'd rather make money, obviously, but how much? How much is he worth now? What's the market value for Kylian Mbappe at this point? So this is the craziest story going, and I'm just curious to see how this turns out. Mbappe versus PSG. This is going to rumble on all summer long. Probably we'll have another episode around this issue. So I want you guys to let me know what your thoughts are. Just leave your comments on the comment section below and we can get back to you. See you on another show. Thank you. Take care.